Good morning, boys. Today we are continuing about discussion of moment of inertia. Yesterday we discussed rotational kinetic energy of a body undergoing rotational motion, and we got the equation rotational kinetic energy. If you remember, rotational kinetic energy, what we got yesterday is given by half I omega square. This I we are terming it as moment of inertia. This is the rotational kinetic energy. Whereas kinetic energy of a body in linear motion, kinetic energy of a body in linear motion or translational motion, for that matter we can say translational kinetic energy. This we can write as translational kinetic energy. K is given by half mv square. V is replaced by omega. V is linear velocity, omega is angular velocity. Half is there here also. And one thing you please note down, the mass, the measure of inertia for a translation motion is replaced by moment of inertia, the measure of rotational inertia in this equation. So this is called as rotational inertia. The correct term is moment of inertia. So it plays the same role as the mass plays for translational motion. Mass, if it is more, then inertia is more. The same way, if a body has more moment of inertia, then its rotational inertia is more. If it has less moment of inertia, then its rotational inertia is less. Now we will learn what are the factors on which moment of inertia depends. Then if you just check what was the equation for I here, I will write the equation for I, where I is equal to summation of mi ri square, I equal to 1 up to n. So this can be written in the expanded form as m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus and so on mn rn square, thinking that the rigid body has n number of particles having masses m1, m2, m3 and so on up to mn. So this is the equation for the moment of inertia. So moment of inertia is summation of product of mass and square of the distances from the axis of rotation from I equal to 1 up to n. This gives us moment of inertia. So the moment of inertia, as I quoted here, is rotational inertia. Moment of inertia is the measure of rotational inertia of a body in rotational motion. Unlike the translational inertia of the body in translational motion, it is fixed here. It depends just on mass. But you see here, the rotational inertia, that is moment of inertia, is not fixed. It depends on the way the masses are distributed from the axis of rotation. So I can write, so moment of inertia is depends on the distribution of mass Distribution of mass from the axis of rotation. So, how the mass of the body is distributed from the axis of rotation? It depends on that distribution of mass. Second thing, moment of inertia depends on the orientation of axis of rotation. Orientation of axis of rotation. It not only just depends on distribution of mass from the axis of rotation, it also depends on how the axis of rotation orients with respect to the rigid body. It depends on that the way the axis of rotation is fixed. So these are all the things that we should keep in mind for the factors on which the moment of inertia depends. And also it depends not only on orientation of axis of rotation, it also depends on the position of axis of rotation. Okay. The meaning of this you will come to know with the help of a simple demonstration. You can see here, I have brought two apparatus. I think all of you can see. I have brought two apparatus. One is painted red, another one is painted blue. Both these apparatus are having same mass, same weight. See here, this is one L-shaped rod which is attached with two discs, metallic discs. This is completely made up of metal, and this is also L-shaped metallic rod which is fixed with again two discs, metal discs. You can see two metal discs which are close to the axis of rotation. See here, first I will rotate this. You can just see how I am rotating. I am rotating about an axis passing perpendicular to this bar, holding these two discs, rotating like this. So you can see it is not so easy to rotate. It is little bit difficult to rotate. Okay. Now I am taking this one. Here also it is having same mass, same weight. I am trying to rotate it. You see how fast it can be rotated. It's very easy to rotate. Now what is the difference? If you look at these two, one is having the masses which are distributed away from the axis of rotation. The axis of rotation passes through the center, perpendicular to this rod. Right? I am rotating like this. Right? So it is perpendicular to the rod, passing through this central axis. Now the masses are away from the axis of rotation. You see the distance here. It is about nearly 15 centimeter from the center, from the axis of rotation. These discs are fixed away. Therefore, it is difficult to rotate it. Means, since the masses are at a longer distance from the axis of rotation, the moment of inertia of this apparatus is more. Whereas, the one which is having same mass, same weight, the masses are very close to the axis of rotation. Masses are very close to the axis of rotation. Very easily I can rotate it. You can see here. Very easily I can rotate this. So its moment of inertia is less. The resistance to change the speed of angular motion is less. So angular motion or angular velocity of this body is more because the masses are very close to the axis of rotation. You can see here. Very easily it can be rotated. So this shows that moment of inertia depends on the distribution of mass. in the red one, the masses are distributed away from the axis of rotation. Masses are distributed away from the axis of rotation. Whereas in the second case, masses are distributed very close to the axis of rotation. So this one is having less moment of inertia compared to the one which is having masses away from the axis of rotation. This is one. Second one is the moment of inertia depends on orientation of axis of rotation. So in this case, the orientation of axis of rotation is perpendicular to this one. I can rotate it like this also. So this is the another axis of rotation I have chosen. Now the moment of inertia is different. The moment of inertia is different. So it depends on the orientation of the axis of rotation. The first one was like this. Now I can change it like this also. This is another type of axis of rotation. So axis of rotation will be passing through the horizontal bar now. So this is a different value. So it depends on orientation of axis of rotation and depends on the position of axis of rotation. The axis of rotation now is passing through the center. Now I can change the position. See here. I can change the position. See here. I have changed the position of axis of rotation. Now it is different now. Now it is passing through the horizontal rod. Axis of rotation is changed. So moment of inertia also changes. So unlike the measure of inertia, that is mass in the translation motion, here it is fixed depending on the mass. But here it not only depends on the mass, the way mass is distributed from the axis of rotation, it depends on the orientation of axis of rotation, and also it depends on position of choice of axis of rotation. So these are the points on which moment of inertia depends. And the equation for moment of inertia is summation of mi ri square. So from this equation you can write what is the dimensional formula for moment of inertia. Moment of inertia is given by dimension of mass and square of the distance, m square. So this is the dimensional formula for moment of inertia. And what is its SI unit? Now I can write very easily. SI unit of moment of inertia. SI unit of moment of inertia is kg meter square. Mass is measured in kg and length is measured in meter. Therefore, kg meter square. In the science park, you must have enjoyed. There is a wheel fixed with the chair in the science park, and there are two heavy weights. So it requires a friend or any other person to rotate that. It is a rotating wheel. So when you are set into rotation, there are two heavy loads which are close by, which can be movable sideways, which can be movable away from you and can be brought closer to you. If you move the weights away from you, the speed of rotation decreases. I don't know whether you have played this or not in our science park, right in front of our auditorium. If those loads are brought closer to your body, when the loads are brought closer to your body, the rotation speed increases. The moment you push them away from your body, push those loads away from the body, then the speed of rotation decreases. It means when the loads, heavy masses are pushed away, distribution of mass is away from the axis of rotation, moment of inertia increases, speed of rotation decreases. In the same way, if they are brought very close to your body, the speed of rotation increases because moment of inertia decreases. When the moment of inertia decreases, very easily we can rotate it. So angular speed increases. So this is finding lot of applications which we are going to discuss later also. The cases of the dances, ballet dances, and the somersault jumps and all. There, if you observe a body, a person who is demonstrating this, if that person is bringing the legs and hands close to him when he is spinning himself, suppose he is, like for example, he is spinning on an ice surface. He or she is spinning on a ice surface. If he or she brings the hands and legs close to his body on a single leg, so speed of spin increases because moment of inertia increases. When the same hands and legs are stretched apart, when the hands and legs are stretched apart while spinning, the speed of rotation decreases. Slowly he or she comes to halt. So this is being found in so many cases that we will discuss again later. Okay. Now let us consider calculation of moment of inertia of a thin ring about an axis passing through its center. So this is a thin ring of mass m and it is rotating with a fixed axis passing through its center with an angular velocity omega. A thin ring of mass m, radius r, rotating in its own plane around its center with angular velocity omega. And if you look at this, every elementary particle of this ring is at same fixed distance and having linear velocity omega. Linear velocity omega. Then every element of this ring has velocity v, which is equal to r omega. V is equal to r omega, because the distance r is same and omega of all the particles of this ring is also same, because it is undergoing pure rotational motion. Then we can write kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of this rotating ring is equal to half m v square. Half m v square, where capital M is the total mass of the entire ring. So I can substitute the value of v. If you substitute the value of v equal to r omega, then we get half m r square omega square. Half m r square omega square. So if you just put this m r square in a square bracket, then we get, it can be replaced as half I omega square. So this gives us rotational kinetic energy, of the ring. So rotational kinetic energy of the ring is given by half I omega square. Then what is I? Therefore, you can write down moment of inertia. Therefore, here I is equal to mr square. So this gives us the moment of inertia of a thin ring about an axis passing through its center when the ring is rotating in its own plane around the axis, around the center. Therefore, in this case, when the axis is passing through the center is O, then the moment of inertia is given by mr square. But the same ring, when it is rotated about its diameter, suppose it is rotated about its diameter, the moment of inertia value changes. Now it is not rotating about the center, now it is rotating about the diameter. Now moment of inertia of a ring about an axis through its diameter, about an axis passing through its diameter. Now you can write it. It is given by mr square by mr square by 2. Now it becomes I is equal to mr square by 2. How it has been reduced to half? Mr square has become mr square by 2. This will come to know when we learn theorems. There are two theorems, perpendicular axis theorem and parallel axis theorem. So perpendicular axis theorem and parallel axis theorem are helpful to calculate the moment of inertia of a regular rigid body about a given axis. Okay, so there we come to know how it is reduced to mr square by 2. So this shows that moment of inertia depends on the distribution of mass on the axis of rotation. It also depends on the orientation and the position of the axis of rotation. If the orientation is passing through its center, then it is mr square. If it is passing through its diameter, then it becomes mr square by 2. Now let us calculate one more simple example. Calculation of moment of inertia for two masses, for a system of two masses which are held at a distance L, from the axis of rotation. How to calculate the moment of inertia? Consider there is a system of two particles. Both together the mass is m and they are of equal masses, say m by 2 each. They are held fixed with a fixed distance. Think that they are held together with a thin light rod, right? If they are rotated about an axis passing through its center, if this two body system is rotated about an axis of rotation passing through the center of this light rod, then suppose it is rotated like this, then what is the moment of inertia? How to calculate moment of inertia? So we know for definition of moment of inertia, I is equal to m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square. Because there are only two bodies, I can use this simple equation. The equation of moment of inertia for two bodies, m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square. So you can see here m1 and m2 are equal. m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m by 2, where total mass of the system is capital M, and the thin rod that is holding those two at fixed distance is massless. Therefore m1 plus m2 together it is m. Therefore m1 and m2 they are equal masses, m by 2 each. And you can see r1 is equal to r2 is equal to L by 2, where total distance between them is L. The total distance between them is L. Therefore, from the axis of rotation, from the center, from the axis of rotation, they are at equal distances L by 2. Substituting this, we get m by 2 into L by 2 square plus m by 2 into L by 2 square. So 2 times m by 2 into L square by 4. So 2 cancels. So you are left with m L square by 4. So this becomes moment of inertia of a system of two bodies such that both together the mass is m and the distance between them is L. So this is how one can find out the moment of inertia using simple formula, that is m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square. Okay, now I will just draw some of the important regular bodies and their moment of inertia. Now look at this list of the regular bodies. Moment of inertia of some regular bodies we are going to discuss one by one. We are not going to calculate, we are taking these values, standard values directly. Moment of inertia of a circular disc about an axis perpendicular to its center, perpendicular to disc at its center. Moment of inertia is mr square by 2. Whereas for the ring, think the circular ring, just now we have derived, it is same about its plane at its center. This is ring, mr square. Whereas for disk, like coin, coin is like a disk. It is mr square by 2. Then moment of inertia of the same circular disk about its diameter. When the axis of rotation changes, you see, about its diameter, it becomes half of this, mr square by 4. Then moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder about the axis of cylinder. It is mr square. Look at this, very easy to remember. The moment of inertia of hollow cylinder of radius r and mass m about its axis is same as moment of inertia of a thin circular ring of radius r, mr square, both are same. And that of disk, circular disk and solid cylinder, both are also same. Moment of inertia of a solid cylinder of mass m radius r about its axis of the cylinder, it is mr square by 2, same as that of circular disk. Then for the hollow cylinder, about an axis passing through its cylindrical axis, it is mr square, same as that of thin circular disk of radius r. So that of circular ring and hollow cylinder moment of inertia are same. That of disk of mass m radius r and solid cylinder of mass m and radius r moment of inertia are same. Easy to remember. Then for moment of inertia of a solid sphere about an axis passing through its diameter, it is 2 by 5 mr square. We are supposed to remember these, which will be helpful while solving the numerical problems. There are no derivations for this, only in the higher classes you are going to derive them. Then moment of inertia of a thin rod of length L. This is a thin rod of length L about an axis perpendicular to the rod passing through its midpoint. About an axis perpendicular to the rod. Suppose this rod is rotated about an axis passing through its center. So if this rod is rotated, then its moment of inertia is ml square by 12. ml square by 12, where L is the length of the rod. So these are all the different values of moment of inertia. Look at this one thing. Here the mass and radius are all same. Mass and radius are all same given from the solid cylinder, but moment of inertia changes. So this is quite evident from this discussion that moment of inertia depends on mass, depends on shape, depends on the distribution of mass from the axis of rotation, depends on the position and orientation of axis of rotation. This is why I have drawn all these diagrams. So what are the factors on which moment of inertia depends? Moment of inertia depends on mass. Moment of inertia depends on shape. That of disk is different and ring is different and of rod is different. So moment of inertia depends on shape. Moment of inertia depends on distribution of mass around the axis of rotation. How the mass is distributed about the axis of rotation. Then moment of inertia depends on position and orientation of axis of rotation. So these are the 4 points that you should remember. So make the notes. What are the factors on which moment of inertia of a rigid body depends? Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. We will discuss more about it in the next video. Bye.